We just also have an update for you. Hindi nga maglalaro ngayon si Terence Romeo.
Well, among others na hindi maglalaro, even looks like so far it's going to be Jimmy Abalapag as well. JC Ental and Rani Del de Ocampo are the ones who are not going to be suited up for today's ball game. Pero napaka-importante nung sinabi ni Carlo kanina na instruction dun sa koponan. Though malabo na tayo maka-champion dito sa Jones Cup, ang instruction is all out pa din because
Yes.
you're all about the goal. The goal for this tournament is to be able to improve every day.
At ito naman po ang ating mga key players sa ating labang kahapon kontra sa Iran. 12-8 para kay Asitaw Lava. 10-2, 2-2 for Jason Castro. And then of course JC Ental, great performance for him, 10 points.
Big game for JC Ental, especially coming in that fourth quarter. He knocked down a three-point shot and a drive. And you need to build JC Ental's confidence if you want him to get to his next level. JC, so far in his career, there's a lot of potential. You see flashes of brilliance, pero never pa talaga siya naging parang go-to guy. And he needs to be able to build that and really believe in it to be able to bring him to his next level.
On your screens, Brian Davis, ang sentro ng New Zealand. Of course, this team consists of the Wellington Saints and some other members dun sa ating sa New Zealand Basketball League. And of course, we start our first quarter being brought to you by the Phoenix Petroleum, Phoenix Fuel the Dream. And you see Terence Romeo on your screens and Kevin Braswell, ang playing coach ng New Zealand, not playing today. So we'll see how this team goes on with this. Ang ating starting fives for today: Castro, David, Norwood, Pingris, and Tos taking on Davis, Devendorf, Turner, Buxom, and Rusco. 3-2 po ang slate ng New Zealand, trying to make it 4-2, but they will have to go through El Granada and the rest of Gilas Pilipinas. How will the offense move now without Terence Romeo in the lineup?
Basically, pareho pa rin yan. What Terence Romeo brings to the offensive part of Gilas Pilipinas is something very unique. You let him, basically you give him space to be able to create, and he'll break down the defender or he'll pass it out. So something that what Jason Castro does as well for Gilas Pilipinas, pero a little bit different dahil itong si Terence Romeo usually will settle for that jump shot or once he breaks you down pag nakapasok siya, but more often than not jumper. Mas sigurado kay Romeo. Jason Castro naman much more effective when going to the basket.
Pingris inside, toss, stripped away by Davis, pero maiiwan pa rin dito sa Pilipinas with 3 seconds remaining on our shot clock.
Sonny Thos, getting that elbow against Russia, and looks like okay na naman itong si Sonny Thos, and was not really able to do much after that.
Knockout play para kay Mark Pingris, and the Philippines is now on board. Taking down the ball will be Bloxham. Davis sa poste, dinoble. Inigot yung bola, three-pointer on the way, and it's good.
Good rotation of the basketball that time by New Zealand, getting off the ball on the post. And these are the things that, as a player, kahit kalaban mo, pag nakakita ka ng ganyang mga plays, that's something that you can emulate and something that you can really tell and communicate to your teammates na kailangan ikot natin talaga yung bola para mas madali ang basketball.
Brooke Roscoe making that three inside toss, and that is 3 in the key.
But that's a good pass by Mark Pingris to Sonny Thos. Sonny just hesitating a little bit too long that time to be able to get the 2 points.
Coach Tab Baldwin on your screen said, Dom, we still need to go back to it. Itong Jones Cup, it's all about preparing. May end goal pa rin tayo, and that's still FIBA Asia Championships. Are you liking what you're seeing so far?
Oh, definitely. Especially after that game against Russia, nakita mo talagang the players have bonded together, that they've got each other's back, and that's very important. Coming into difficult times. It's definitely, you have to see it's difficult times because maikli yung preparation, may mga injuries, Andre Blanch had to go home. We're still hoping that Jordan Clarkson can play, but there's still a lot of uncertainty surrounding these 17 players. And when you're faced against that, what you want is to build that camaraderie amongst all the players and the coaching staff. But it doesn't matter. Mahirapan man tayo, madalian tayo, lahat tayo sama-sama.
5-all as Jason Castro makes that three-pointer. Rusco has that ball tapped out at mapipituan ngayon si Gary David dun sa hawak. Kevin Braswell on your screens. Parang ala Derek Fisher yung laro niyan ngayon, pero hindi nga siya maglalaro this afternoon. Coach Tab Baldwin, hindi ko alam kung anong klaseng laro niya.
Well, New Zealand sasali rin ito dun sa MVP Cup
Oh,
natin.
yes, yes. Davis inside, turn around, and nakita yata siyang butike, so babalik pa rin sa Pilipinas.
Very important for Gilas to be able to start out strong. You know, every game you want to be able to get a good start, especially when you're playing day after day after day. Because kapag maganda nilalaro mo, mas hindi mo nararamdaman yung pagod, yung sakit ng katawan. Kapag hindi maganda yung setup niya ng offense or defense, you can really feel being tired a lot more.
Toss with the jumper at lamang na po ulit ang Pilipinas ng dalawa. Devendorf for three. Got it. But a foul is called inside on Ray Turner. And it will, yep, there's team foul number 1.
The second three-point shot of New Zealand and second assist, rotating that ball to the open shooter.
New Zealand team, they do have a lot of shooters like Devendorf, Edwards as well na papasok mamaya. Rusco can also make that three. Norwood po may taka ng bola. Toss, jumper, back iron, rebound for Turner.
You know what I like seeing now in the offense of Gilas, mga daming movement. You know, it doesn't just go to one person and then the offense stops. And also it seems like the guys are a little bit quicker on their feet as compared to yesterday.
Castro, bababa ng bola ngayon. Pull up. Rattles out, and it will be with Davis as New Zealand gets their offense going. Dire-diretso lang si Brian Davis. He is fouled, and he'll head to the free throw line for 2 charities.
Davis, once again, aggressive coming into this basketball game for New Zealand, really trying to get his points.
Take a look at that. Driving, getting the contact. Sonny Toss will get foul number 1.
Isa sa mga bagay na sinabi ni Coach Alex Compton, yung mga kailangan nilang matutunan. One of the things I feel that Gilas Pilipinas has to really work on is the defense. Defense meaning not fouling too much. Kung papansin mo dito sa Jones Cup, this is what, our 6th basketball game. At madami tayong fouls that are being given up. And a number of those fouls na pwede mong maiwasan.
Yes.
So if, let's say you average 25-30 fouls, baka siguro mga 5 o 6 doon pwede mong matanggal. Malaking bagay yun because that means you won't give up those free throws.
Kasama rin ba yun, Dom, dun sa preparation din? Because of the change of refereeing, na galing silang PBA ngayon, papasok sila into the international play?
Yung madami tayong nakita yung mga illegal screens and yung mga hawakan and coming off the post with the pushing. Those are the things, once again, for our players that they need to get used to because in the PBA, a lot more is allowed.
Yes. As Gary David gets his first taste of a long bomb, and it's knotted up once again at 10.
Gary David well rested also for this ball game.
Davis. Brooke Rusco. Kontra kay David. Free throw line. Gets it to Brian Davis, who drives off the glass and in.
You can see the quickness and always strong to the right. Itong si Davis. So Sonny Toss will need to be able to do a better job of giving him the other side.
5:45 remaining in the first quarter. The blur finds Gary. Ayusin na naman ang opensa. Blur kicks it out. Gabe got that 3.
Good kick out by Jason Castro finding Gabe Norwood. Norwood shot well against Japan, but in yesterday's ball game, wasn't really able to do much.
13-12 na po ang nasa ating talaan. Devendorf gets around Gabe. No, great defense by Gabe, but a foul is called on the push. And you see here, this is Brian Davis driving, finishing. Jason pulling in the defense, and that's what you want to see more of Jason, no?
You know, creating for his teammates. If he's not able to get to the basket, if he's able to kick it out wide open to the shooter, that's really his job as well.
And we won't be having that from Terrence Romeo in this game. Kung kakasali niyo lang po, he will not be playing
first game that he will sit out.
Yes. Kasama rin doon yung tapilok niya, I guess.
Gusto rin nila ipahinga, you know, there's no sense in aggravating that injury. At parang malas lang yung na-disgrasya dito kay Terrence Romeo because naapakan ni Calvin Abueva yung paa niya. O natamaan, rather.
There's the foul on Gabe. So dalawa na yan on, I believe there was a foul on Brian Davis. It's a pick. Castro at the controls. Toss, jumper. They are allowing him to take that shot and he's making them pay.
And we're shooting a lot better in today's ball game. Yung field goal percentage natin at the first 5 minutes of this ball game as compared to any of the first 5 games that we played.
As Devendorf makes that jumper. Itong si Devendorf, Eric Devendorf, played in actually Division 1 basketball sa NCAA, so he does have those skills. Toss, free throw line jumper again, and he's feeling it today, dog.
Binibigay talaga sa atin yung outside shots. Ha? New Zealand trying to protect the paint and forcing us to shoot the outside shots, but we're knocking them down.
6 na puntos na po para kay Sonny Toss. And a 3-point advantage for Gilas Pilipinas. We have a timeout on the floor. 4:17 remaining in the first quarter. And we will be back for more of your Jones Cup. Nagbabalik po ngayon yung Jones Cup here on TV5, and New Zealand looking to bounce back. They did beat Japan, rather. They started their bounce backs. They're down by 17, but came back to win their first since the first game.
And what does that tell you? That tells you that you cannot count out itong New Zealand, even if you're up by 17 at a stage in the ball game. But so far, Aaron, dito sa ating first quarter, napakaganda ng shooting ng Gilas Pilipinas. 7 out of 9 total field goals.
Wow.
3 out of 4 from the 3-point area.
Total opposite of what we saw in the first quarter yesterday against Iran.
So definitely, we're doing a much better job in terms of rotating that basketball. Meron na nga rin tayong 5 assists.
Oh, you see Terrence Romeo on your screens. Not suited up today.
Oh, but definitely, you know, the way he's been playing in Estonia and here in Taipei, makikita mo talagang he's really wanting one of those slots.
He wants it. You really want it. And, you know, I was with him dun sa FIBA 3x3 last year, and he's been doing this against international play for an entire year now. Pero, syempre, iba naman pagdating sa 5-on-5.
Well, no question yung talent ni Terrence Romeo, how to break down his defenders. But once you're playing full court, once you're playing 5-on-5, taller players in a system, yun yung adjustment naman that the coaching staff is looking from him. And so far from what we've seen, I feel him and Calvin Abueva have an outstanding mark of being able to adjust in the team play, in the Gilas situation, in this environment. I feel they've really done a fantastic job.
Eric Devendorf to the free throw line. Pasok po yung una. And Devendorf makes them both. 4:14 remaining sa ating unang kanto. And Calvin Abueva has just checked into the game for Gabe Norwood. Castro, pull up for 3. Short, rebound for Toss. And there's a foul inside on Ignacio.
Oh, looks like a foul on Mark Pingris.
Oh, yes. Pingris and Ignacio, medyo parehas po yung laro. Itong si Damien Ignacio, one of the more physical players para sa New Zealand. And yun yung tulak.
Nakahawak dun sa kamay, kaya hindi na angat yung kamay para makuha yung rebound, leaving Sonny Toss easily for that rebound. Pingris, that looks like his second personal foul.
At dahil dyan, penalty na po ang Pilipinas. Free throws na para kay Damien Ignacio. Aldrich Ramos comes in. And New Zealand with a chance to retake the lead at the 4-minute mark. Checking into the game as well as Sydney Adams. Ignacio trying his hardest to look like Dominic Uy with the beard.
Parang mas mahaba yung sa kanya eh.
Hindi. Mas okay naman yung itsura na
Pahabaan
sa'yo.
na lang sila ni Mo Tautua.
Yun!
Diba?
Sana magtapat silang dalawa. Not surprised if that happens. Ignacio makes both charities and lead is back with the Kiwis.
You can see now the defense of New Zealand extending a lot more as compared to the first 5 minutes of this ball game.
At foul na kaagad kay Devendorf. Kitang-kita ni Calvin Abueva na kukontest tong si Devendorf. Draws the foul. Uy, yun. Sanay na si Calvin dyan.
Calvin Abueva, also one of those guys, when he's playing the small forward spot, will have a big quickness advantage against the guy that's defending him. So they're also allowing Calvin to be able to create.
Calvin gets the first to drop. And we're knotted again at 18. Pinasok na po ni Coach Tab Baldwin si Dondon Ontiveros. And so it is Castro, Ontiveros, Abueva, Tos, and Ramos. Ignacio with the rebound. Eric Devendorf at the controls of the offense. Devendorf, dinabas. Three-pointer. Rattles out, rebound para kay Tos.
Kiwi's able to get down right away and stop that fast break opportunity of Gilas.
Here's Castro ulit. Castro is fouled.
Oh, another foul on Devendorf on Calvin Abueva. Could be his second.
Fourth team foul already for New Zealand. Pero yun nga, dalawa kay Devendorf. That's good news for us. Tignan natin ulit. Oh. Konting hawak.
No more easy fouls.
So, Mo Tautua just checking into the game now for Sunny Toss. So brand new 5 para sa Pilipinas, as well as Matt Canuelas' roster. Ontiveros for 3. Rebound for Calvin. Sa loob, forcing it, no. Ball is tapped around on the floor. Abueva with it. And it will be New Zealand possession.
And that's the energy that you want from Calvin Abueva, getting those loose balls, fighting for them every single time.
Hey, number 8, you have to put a body on.
See their bodies flying. Ball's being tapped around, and it will end up with the Kiwis. 18 apiece. Adams gets by Aldrich Ramos, and it will mean a 2-point advantage for New Zealand.
Well, they've spaced that out really well to be able to give Adams enough room to be able to make that spin and get that layup.
Ramos at the top of the key. Offensive rebound na naman para sa Pilipinas. They have been in control of that offensive board. Ramos can't get that one in either.
Ever since nag-adjusting defense ng New Zealand, extending out a little bit more on our shooters, we've been having a more difficult time trying to knock down those shots.
6-1 run para sa New Zealand. Jumper rattles out, and there's a push on Calvin Abueva. Him and Ignacio getting a little entangled there. Yun.
When nahuli itong si Calvin Abueva, usually he's able to put a body on the guy that's next to him, but that time Abueva nahuli, ending up pushing off Ignacio.
So, dalawang free throws para kay Ignacio, dalawang fouls naman para kay Calvin Abueva.
And these are the fouls that I was talking about na pwede nating maiwasan
Yes.
when we give up free throws. You know, the discipline na hinahanap ni Coach Tab Baldwin, these are the ones that he will be pointing out to our players to be able to stay away from those fouls. So, like I mentioned, if we're averaging 25, 30 fouls a ball game, kung mabawasan mo ng mga 4, 5 yan, malaking bagay na yun.
Damian Ignacio, 34 years old, looking to give New Zealand, and he does, a 4-point advantage. MGR at the controls of the offense. Siya pong leading point guard ngayon ng Gilas Pilipinas. Calvin out. Binalik for 3. The Beast got it!
Kita mo yung energy ng Calvin Abueva. Gigil na gigil yan. Kahapon pa lang nakita mo na yung energy niya. Pero hindi nakapagpakita masyado because natawagan nga ng 2 fouls right away. In the fourth quarter, had some brilliance but only played basically 5-6 minutes. So that energy just waiting to be unleashed.
And here he is right now, offensive rebound, off and running as well. On Dondon inside, Aldrich back to the Beast!
A good rotation once again for Gilas, making it a lot more difficult to defend us.
1-point lead once again for the Philippines. And yesterday, Tom, after the 2 fouls, inupo kaagad ni Coach Tab Baldwin now he's giving Calvin that confidence na kahit may dalawang fouls ka, iiwan kita dyan.
Well, he's doing a lot of positive things also. Kung maalala mo, in yesterday's ball game, early 2 fouls, and it didn't seem like he was in rhythm. But today, kita mo, alam ni Calvin na kinakailangan niya makabawi.
And you see that teardrop, and that Master Guapo move is brought to you by Master Face Scrub, sikreto ng mga guwapo. Ignacio headed back to the free throw line. 5 points na para sa kanya, and all of that coming from that 15-foot parallel.
A lot of free throws being given up to New Zealand. The last count was 8 out of 8.
First miss para kay Ignacio galing sa free throw line. Knotted up at 23. The Beast travels.
Doing a little bit too much that time, a little bit too deep. Could have passed that ball out a little bit earlier.
And yung gigil pa rin ni
Oo.
Calvin, di ba? I mean, we've been watching Calvin since his college days, so alam natin na ganun talaga siya. Just need to harness that a little bit. Ray Turner in the post against Motao Tua, slips. Rebound, or rather steal for MGR. Ramos. And Abueva with it now. Ontiveros finds Ramos and off the glass and in.
You know what I like from what I see so far in the first quarter? Our big guys are able to get to those open spots, make it easier. Pag drive, hindi nakatayo lang. Punta ka sa open spot para mabigyan ka ng bola at makakuha ng madaling 2 puntos.
8-second differential sa ating mga relo. Inside, kicks it out. Adams' jumper is in. 25 apiece. And MGR will throw it up at the buzzer. No go. Both teams allowing a whole lot of offense. 25-25 between the Philippines and New Zealand, with a great showing from Calvin Abueva. Bodies flying. Who says we're tired? That's not gonna happen. Pushing, shoving, fouls all over the place. We'll be back with second quarter action.